If you're new here, hit subscribe, drop a like, and light up the comments so YouTube knows this is the place to be. Because today, we're getting into the latest controversy surrounding Young Thug, the so-called snitching allegations, and how the entire YSL storyline is flipping now that Gunna just handed back a $15 million advance and left the label. So let's start with what sparked this whole thing. A leaked interrogation clip from 2022 resurfaced this week. It's Thug in a police room being questioned about that 2015 shooting, and in the audio, he brings up Peewee Roscoe's name. Soon as the internet heard that, the S word started flying: snitching. Now here's the thing. That clip wasn't used in court. In fact, Thug's legal team fought against it being admitted into evidence, and the prosecution even objected to it. But once something like that leaks, context don't matter. Social media doesn't wait for lawyers to explain. People saw Thug saying another man's name in front of police, and boom, the conversation changed. Thug wasn't staying quiet either. He jumped on X, formerly Twitter, and basically told the world, "This is out of context. This ain't what you think it is, and it never touched my trial." He even posted the legal paperwork to show it. He doubled down, saying people are trying to twist his name while he's literally fighting for his freedom in this YSL RICO case. But then Peewee Roscoe himself, yeah, the guy whose name was dropped, came out and defended Thug. He said, "Nah, Thugger didn't snitch on me, he didn't incriminate me, and if anything, that was loyalty." Think about how wild that is. Usually when your name ends up in paperwork, people distance themselves quick. Instead, Roscoe stood tall and told the world Thug's still solid. Still, the culture couldn't leave it alone. Wack 100 jumped in and said, "Telling is telling." That's his philosophy. Doesn't matter if you meant to help, hurt, or were just talking. If you're giving police anything, it's snitching in his book. Academics amplified it. Debates started flying, and suddenly the man everyone once thought was the symbol of loyalty is now under fire. Meanwhile, Ralo got dragged into the mix. He claimed Thug's situation is causing rifts, like Lil Baby allegedly keeping his distance. YSL Woody chimed in too, unhappy about Roscoe being spotlighted in this whole ordeal. Then Roscoe turned around and started calling out Ralo, basically saying, "You want to talk snitching? Look in the mirror." So now it's layers on layers of accusations with no clear answer on who's really right. And this is where the story gets even crazier. Because right as Thug is battling snitching accusations, Gunna just pulled a move that flips the entire YSL dynamic. Gunna delivered his last project under YSL, cut the cord, and gave Thug back the $15 million advance Thug had put up for him. $15 million. That's not just walking away, that's wiping your hands clean. Let's not forget, Gunna's been branded a snitch since he took that Alford plea in 2022. Memes, jokes, rappers dissing him. He couldn't escape it. Even when his music still charted, the Rat label followed him everywhere. Meanwhile, Thug was the one people viewed as the loyal boss, holding down the fort behind bars. But with this new interrogation clip, the optics are flipping. Suddenly, people are questioning Thug's loyalty. While Gunna looks like the one who did his time, cut ties, paid back his debt, and walked away clean. He's no longer chained to YSL, no longer under Thug's label, and no longer carrying that financial obligation. He's independent, free to move how he wants. Think about the symbolism here. For 2 years, the streets painted Gunna as the snitch and Thug as the loyal general. Now Gunna's the one outside, making hits, stacking money, and cutting clean business deals, while Thug is the one being dragged into snitching rumors. The same internet that clowned Gunna is now side-eyeing Thugger. That's why people are saying the tables have turned. Gunna giving that advance back wasn't just business, it was a statement. It said, "I don't owe YSL, I don't owe Thug, and I don't owe anybody an explanation." And at the same time, Thug is left defending himself from the very allegations that Gunna spent the last 2 years battling. In hip-hop, perception is everything. One week you're the villain, the next week you're the hero. This saga shows how quickly the roles can flip. Gunna went from being the butt of every snitch joke to potentially being the smartest one in the room, while Thug went from being the symbol of loyalty to having to fight for his name. So, where does this leave us? If Thug beats this case, maybe the snitching talk dies down and his legacy stays intact. But if the streets keep running with this clip, it could permanently shift how people view him, regardless of what the courts say. On the other hand, Gunna's now positioned as an independent artist with no financial leash and a narrative that's starting to work in his favor. At the end of the day, nobody saw this coming. But it's clear the YSL story is still being written, and the plot just took a wild turn. What do y'all think? Is Young Thug guilty of breaking the code, or is this all internet noise? And did Gunna just pull the ultimate chess move by paying back that 15 millimeters and walking away clean? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is one of the biggest debates in hip-hop right now. Before you go, make sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe. You already know what it is. This is Fake Famous, where we break down the drama so you don't have to.